Greetings. So, us hairy game lords have been playing this Skyscraper's Orbital from Hexy Studios. What did we think? Find out.
So you start with a really nice big solid card base that you're going to build your space station from, and it's got 3 points that you can build from, and in essence you're sort of adding modules onto the different modules that you've already got. This is an engine building game, and I really do like engine building games. I like the sort of the puzzling through, trying to get parts of your engine that will provide you with resources, whilst also providing you with the other bits that you need to ensure that you're going to get the right points by the end of the game. So you can play this solo. I played it 2-player with my son, and what I really enjoyed about this is it was really close. Although that's a worry because I should be absolutely beating him and he's only 10, but it was 1 point's difference in the end, and that was down to some crafty warfare that I did in the last turn to throw the game over my way. So, what are the different modules? Well, you've got the brown modules. These are really basic, solid, important parts of your station. They will do repair and general maintenance work. You've got, for me, probably the most important ones, and ones that Gregor and I went after quite early on, which are the kind of income generation yellow modules. There's a gym that you can use, so people can pay money to go to the gym, and that will give you income. One of the yellow cards allows you to gain income for all of the other yellow cards you've got within your space station. So again, we were playing that carefully. That's a couple of them. How do I access the actions on those modules? Well, this is the other part of the game. It's also a worker placement game. You start with your core module that will provide you with 2 workers. Those workers that can get placed onto the module, the other modules around your space station, and that will allow you to access that particular action. So one of the other modules you need to get a few of are the green eco modules. These provide you with additional workers. And then you've got 2 other forms. You've got the 3 others. You've got red, which are general. There was a really nice red module that we both got later on in the game. When you place that and use that action, you were able to add another module for free. Now, normally it costs you 6 income to pay for a module, and we weren't making huge amounts of income each round, so it made sure that you could maybe lay 2 or 3 modules rather than just 1 or 2, which often meant really growing your space station, allowing you to access more of those vital actions to gain the victory points. The final 2 are blue, which are all science and technology. Some of those add additional bonuses, some of them add additional workers. And the final one, which I really enjoyed, was the purple warfare module. These give you weapons that you can attack your opponents with. And where that is useful is when it comes to victory point scoring and also the start of the round. If I damage one of my opponent's green modules, they can't access those workers at the start of the next round unless they're able to repair it before the start of the next round. So you can prevent them having as many workers to get as many actions. Or at the end of each round, a chance for scoring. And the way you score is basically the person with the majority in each colour gains a victory point. So careful use of the weapons is vital. At the end of the round then, majority gets the victory points for each colour, so there's up to five victory points there. You also have some income, so you gain some income to be able to buy next round, and you then take the workers as you've got from your various modules that supply you with workers. Once that's all done, you clear all the damage off, so you don't start the next round with any damage markers, and then you go on, you refresh the market, you can buy from the market, you can pay to build a module, or you can use your workers to access those modules. I really enjoyed this game. Really clear, simple engine building. It was straight and worker placement, really nicely done. Simple to play, but lots of opportunity for strategy and working out, and can't wait to play it again. Big thumbs up from this hairy game lord.
Gotta say, the artwork on this game is phenomenal. Now, I'm a big fan of Skyscraper's Cave-In, but the artwork just takes it to a brand new level. Love it. Really colourful, but also it's a kind of cartoony-esque style of artwork. Chunky and bold. Just really, really nice. This is the kind of the player board that you start off with. And yes, this is a prototype, but even the prototype is nice. They're nice and thick and chunky. Brilliant are the victory points. So there's the 1s there and the 5s. And what I really like about it is that the game is, as we've heard, it's an engine building game. But more than that, often in an engine building game, it can be quite where you're just kind of working on your own thing, just keeping your head down, working on your own thing. Whereas this game, Orbital, has a take that element to it. And us hairy game lords, of course, love that take that element. Although, when we played this game, ouch. Dave the Grey, Hipster King, absolutely took out their rage on me. And boy, did they make it hard for me. Dave the Grey hit me with some crazy move from the off, which meant I was playing catch-up, and then they just kept on pounding me and pounding me. What's really cool about this game is that you can take certain cards and you can take your meeples and go off onto other people's space stations and use their facilities. That kept on happening to me. Dave the Grey would always come over and use I think it was the casino that I had put in place, which generated income each round. And of course, before I was able to go there, he would jump in there. And of course, when a meeple is in a location, you can't place another meeple in that location for that entire round. Frustrating, and it was certainly frustrating. And these guys absolutely loved it. They just laughed away at my frustration of not being able to build this amazing space station that I wanted to do. Now, I will be looking forward to playing this again because, obviously, they can't get me twice. Or can they? There's the great ways of building up. So, as long as you have the most of one colour sat around the table, you'll gain the points. So you could have all these different features happening, but it's about getting victory points to win the game, not just build up that beautiful station. But for me, I like a game where actually you could just get carried away with the engine building itself rather than going for the win. Both ways are just as enjoyable. That is, if you're not sat with Dave the Grey, who keeps on attacking you. Another thing I like about it is the theming. It carries on throughout. There are different cards that you can play that enhance, but also take away from other people. But these are victory points, the crystals that you're playing with. They're tiny in your hand. These the little ones here are tiny in your hand. But what's great is that there's a card there that shows a spacecraft carrying these huge crystals, which are the crystals that you're playing with. They look tiny in your hand, but in reality they're massive. Love that, really love that. The artwork, OVS, I love it. So good, so nice, and yeah, really enjoyed this game. Despite getting absolutely thrashed, I lost miserably, but still enjoyed this game and would still play this game over and over again because, hey, love the theming, love the content, love the components. Really enjoyed the gameplay. Big double thumbs up from this hairy game lord.
Hi, Dave the Grey. As soon as we got it, it was obviously going to be right up our alley. An engine builder about space with Take That. What's not to love, really? And all of those parts are really well done. Angel rattle on about the artwork. That's his forte. I wouldn't want to take that away from him. But the way that you're building your engine up of different types of compartments for your space station. Gives you loads of replayability and different ways to play. Now, I was very much about science, so getting me extra cards, rotating through the deck, getting all the cool stuff out, and military, because, to be honest, I'm just nasty when it comes to take that. And that was the mistake that Ange made, because usually I'm the aggressive, I hesitate to use the word bully and throw words like that around, but if you've watched any of our previous videos, generally I like to pick on Pete, but you know, what comes around goes around. And this time Ange was trying to be aggressive and building military stuff, which is my job, to be honest. And he also tried attacking Pete, and Pete's forte is just getting engrossed in building his own little engine and just getting on with the job. And he woke Pete up, and he irritated me by taking my job. So we both picked on him. It was ace. He started building military stuff. We sent an asteroid to knock bits off his space station. He built a casino to get loads of money. I sent one of my guys to sabotage it. He repaired it, so I sent another one of my guys to just use his casino and nick all his money, because he can do that. It's ace. Yeah, lovely, lovely little way of putting your guys on all the different parts of the engine to, you know, generate resources, generate money, but you've kind of got a choice of building out or actually using the engine to generate what it should, or going off and doing unpleasant stuff to your mates. Well, I say your mates, you know, people that you game with. And it's genius. Being able to send your guy spacewalking across to somebody else's space station to actually not just nick their stuff, but actually use their engine against them is absolutely beautiful. Loved it to bits. And I won this one. I'll win the next one. And I'll win the one after that. And to be honest, Hexy Studios have just knocked it out of the park yet again. All the things that you'd expect of an engine builder, but with just little touches of class that make it a really memorable game, rather than just, you know, another engine builder. This has got all the replayability, all the nice touches, the theme just goes all the way through. Love it to bits. 2 thumbs up.